Marine loses his hat, and Trump picks it up. What happens next went completely viral. Cameras recording President Donald Trump's exit from the G20 summit in Hamburg, Germany, caught a lighthearted moment as Trump tried not once but twice to retrieve a Marine's hat. The latest President Trump moment lighting up the Twitter sphere isn't a social guffaw or an awkward moment with another world leader. Instead, it's video of the president retrieving a Marine's hat that was blown off the service member's head as he guards Marine One at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, where the president arrived Saturday on Air Force One after attending the G20 summit in Germany. President Donald Trump rescued a Marine's hat Saturday after it was blown off of his head by wind, and conservatives are eating it up. The video of the commander-in-chief retrieving a Marine's hat from the ground after arriving back home from a gathering of world leaders in Germany went viral this weekend. The moment unfolded Saturday at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland as Trump was boarding a plane to return to the White House. As the president walked along the tarmac, the Marine's hat flew into the air, prompting Trump to pick it up and place it on the Marine's head, the video shows. The president then patted the Marine's arm. But the impact of his good deed is short-lived. In the video, the hat is seen once again flying into the air, sending Trump after it for a second time. The president then opted against putting the hat on the Marine's head, instead giving it to another military official before boarding the plane, the video shows. Throughout the incident, the Marine held his post without moving. He has not been named. Former Alaska Governor Sarah Palin, an early Trump supporter, was one of many conservative leaders to applaud the president's manners. She tweeted Sunday, "Thank you, President Donald J. Trump." Her message included a heart symbol and an American flag symbol. Former Love Connection TV host Chuck Woolery, who calls himself a Hollywood conservative, on Twitter, also celebrated Trump's actions in the video on Twitter. "Not all surprised. It's who he is," he wrote in a message sharing a video of the moment. As Trump approaches Marine One, he bends down to pick up the hat and places it back on the Marine's head and pats him on his arm. But the wind immediately blows the hat away again, prompting the president to chase the hat down. As Trump boards Marine One, he gives the hat to another military official who places it on the Marine's head. Fox News contributor Tammy Bruce compared the video to a 2013 controversy involving President Barack Obama and a Drizzly Rose Garden news conference, where a Marine held an umbrella over his head as he addressed the media. President Trump picks up Marine hat. Obama had Marines hold umbrellas, Bruce tweeted. Trump was returning from Europe, where he traveled to Poland and then Germany, site of the G20 summit, with his wife Melania and his oldest daughter Ivanka. He met with world leaders, including German Chancellor Angela Merkel and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The Marine was standing at attention next to Mr. Trump's helicopter, Marine One, when a gust of wind knocked his hat off of his head. As per protocol, the Marine remained still and didn't move to pick up his hat. The U.S. Marine Corps refers to the hat as a cover. Mr. Trump, who was talking to a military official, immediately bent down to pick up the hat. He then walked over and placed it firmly on the young Marine's head and gave him a pat on the arm. Military versus civilian was the biggest contrast you saw right here. Let the cover go. Military precision is not based on civility. As a company commander coming around the parade field to the reviewing stand, I gave the eyes right command and saluted with my sword. Marines have sabers. I hit the brim of my cover and it knocked it back. I almost knocked the back of my head, and I paraded past the commandant of cadets like a slacker, with my hat tilted way back on my head. It took all my strength to not reach for it. At that moment, focused on my commands, executing with precision, being the loudest badass on the field. I wind up looking like something from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Immediately, however, the white hat flew off the Marine's head once again. This time, both Mr. Trump's military escort and the president himself chased after it. They both reached down to pick it up. Mr. Trump appeared to hand the hat over to the officer, leaving it up to him to return the Marine's hat. Mr. Trump then boarded the chopper. The Marine wasn't supposed to move or hold his hat. What he did, while weird from a civilian perspective, seemed correct. I don't see anything that needs correcting. It would be good if he got the hat back, though, as otherwise he'd have to pay for it. Note, I'm not a military person, but what happened seems proper according to Marine custom. It's the same as Marines standing silent and still next to a Toys for Tots collection barrel, something civilians often see. The Marine would stand trial for murder in a military court. I'm unclear as to whether the President would qualify as a superior officer for the purposes of sentencing. I believe he would, but in any case, that Marine is going to a tiny cell forever unless he's executed. Presumably, this would occur on Marine 1, as Marines rarely guard the President otherwise. His buddies would be pissed. That's a prime job. That would not be a textbook disarming and arrest. Love that he tried to put it back on. #respect, tweeted one person. Definitely respectable, added another. People were full of praise for the Marine as well. Like it that the Marine didn't move. There's discipline for you, wrote one person on Twitter. Click for more trending news.